if our mic was turned off, we do apologize. Want to come to you guys by saying, want to thank you for joining the stream. This is KRS Investment, where investments are made simple. If this is your first time checking us out, we appreciate it. We want to make sure that everyone have a place that they can definitely go to get information for free. Yeah, that's basically it about us. We want to make sure that you guys are definitely getting the potential of making profits. It's all about profits, and everyone wants to make profit, right? But it comes with time. It comes with what you can take from the market. Again, we have to make sure that we are doing our best of being profitable. Now, I have a ton of information to go over today. Have been trading all day. It has been good in some trade and some not so great, but that's just how the market is. It gives and it takes. Now, on my list, I want to start by saying Genius Group. If you guys take a look at this company, you guys could definitely see what this company is about. Now, I posted a video earlier in terms of Genius Group. If this is the first time that you guys are seeing or hearing about this company, then it's a good time to start take notice, because we are seeing a lot of these companies starts to go public. So Genius Group was recently IPO'd on April 12th, so I believe a week and a half, so a few days back. So if you're not aware of Genius Group, so Genius Group is a world-leading entrepreneur company. They are in edtech and an education group, basically for school, for anyone that wants to take courses online. It could be kids, it could be young adult, it could be anyone of any age group. Now, again, I did create a detailed video of this company. If you want to learn more, you can definitely check it out on the website. The earlier videos I post on my stream and also my website. I will change my website link to put my official as well, so you guys could get more content there. Now, this is all for free. If you guys have ever heard anyone asking you guys for anything, this is absolutely not from me. I will never ask anyone for anything. So this is completely free. Use as you like. Now, if you want to invest in this company, I did got some shares this morning. Great. I did. Was trading at $5.64. I got in just around 5.80. So it's still trading right now at $6.19. The share price is fluctuating. Please do your research before you jump on this company, because there is a huge upside, but there's also a possibility that we may see a drawback. Debating a drawback anywhere in the $5.50. So my range right now is I'm looking forward, if it starts to pull back in $4.60 to around $5.80, in that range. I'm planning to buy more shares if it touches in that range. Now, the company went IPO'd for $6 per share. So it's kind of where it was IPO'd. Volume is not too brutal, so volatility is not the scariest part of it. But a little bit about the company. The company basically have 2.7 million students so far in 200 countries. So that's a good amount of students. So that's to show you that the company is recognizable in different parts of the world. Again, they IPO'd for $6 per share for a public offering of 3,272,727 shares. So there's not a lot of shares to go around. So if you get a chance to do some research, highly recommend that you do it as quick as possible. Now, they did announce some acquisition of a New Zealand company that was called, I believe the name was for Education Angels. So this company is a provider of in-home childcare, which basically enables children from birth to any amount of years to flourish in a caring environment. They also acquired Property Investors Network. It's a company in the UK. I would strongly recommend that you do some research to see more about the company, to see what they're actually doing right now. Now, a little bit about their stock. You can see the stock price right now, as I said, trading around $6.13. Price will fluctuate for the day, so just be mindful. If I'm looking back and forth, it's actually because I am still trading while I'm actually making this video. So we have different screens here, and I'm away. So even when I'm not at home, guys, I'm still uploading basically wherever I go. If it's a driving distance from state to state, you know, if it's from New York to I don't know, say Washington, basically I can just bring the equipment. If it's from Texas to Florida, basically I just go to Walmart and get 3 monitors again and redo the setup. But in this last 2 weeks, I'm going to make sure I make as much videos of contents that you guys could see what's going on the market. So basically, again, I said a day high of $7.46, a day low of $5.64. The company was IPO'd at $6 per share. Not much information to give you like book value per share, because obviously it's a newly IPO'd company. You can see the volume right now. Share is trading or changing hands very frequently, but it's staying so far throughout the day. And the bottom I'm seeing here is around $6 per share. If we look in the last few days, the 21st and the 20th, we saw the day low of around $5.70, $5.66, and then we saw today at $5.64. So if you're going in, then I wouldn't really encourage to go in strong. Wait first until it breaks in the low 5. If you could buy some shares, that would be a good opportunity for you. Now, you can always go on the company website. They have a ton of information that they have there, and then you can definitely see more info as you go. Now, I want to talk about some of the winners we had for this week and some of the losers. Now, clearly we can see we have been trading all week, and Veru and Sunshine Bio and Rivian and with Mullen Autos, we saw a few of them. Now we're looking at Veru first, because that's the one that was performing extraordinary for this month. Anyone who got shares in the mid $4 per share, you could have made a great profit. When you see here the breaks $17.50 per share, so this is a 1-year high for Veru. So anyone that picked up shares in this month, you can see here was low at $4.34, and then once news broke in terms of the oral COVID treatment, the shares skyrocket. As usual, I post videos to make sure I let you guys know, and this is the reason why I start doing live stream, because I want to make sure I can help by posting something as fast as possible so I can get to you guys. And you know what, it's time consuming, but at the end of the day, I'm helping, and it's not a big deal for me. But again, if you got into Veru in the early stage, as I said in my previous videos, it is a good profit. Now, the reason why I'm showing this video again, keep in mind, you saw the first day when we break $14 to $15 per share. I let you guys know that we're going back in at $10. It drops to $9.60, but we got back in at 10. And I let you guys know again at $16 that, hey, it was time to sell. We saw it pull back down to 13, and we're able to go in and then sell again in the mid 16. Now I'm letting you guys know at $10.50, it's still very attractive. Now I've gotten some shares at $10.56 per share. I will be watching it for the day. Now I am using a 5% stop loss, so basically if it starts to drop, it will automatically sell the shares for the day. If it doesn't drop for the day, then I'll remove the stop loss, and hey, we'll see what happens on Monday. but I think this company is still, it's still out to break some highs. Once there's any news that comes in terms of the FDA on temporary use of the COVID medicine, then definitely you will see the same kind of price movement. I'm hoping to see something even higher, to be honest with you. I strongly think that this stock could definitely cross 20 and $25 per share, if not $30 per share. So anyone that's waiting until the news, it might be too late before before you can get in, because you don't want to get in once the price is too high, and then what you will be doing at that point is just chasing price, and then if it drops on you while you purchase it higher, and then that's a different issue that you will have to like think about. So again, if you're in the market, Veru is still attractive. Hopefully you guys made profit in the first time around, and in the second time around, now is a second opportunity again, so you can make a decision. Now make sure that you guys are doing your research to make sure that you are investing in companies that you truly believe in. We don't want you guys to invest in companies only because we're telling you. That's not the right way. You want to make sure that you guys are believing in these companies. Once you do your research, if you feel more comfortable at that point, then it's a better situation than you investing and you don't really truly believe it. And then what happens is, once the price starts to retract, most people will panic, sell, lose money, and then complain that, hey, they lose because of this, right? So that's another one there that you should think about. Now, again, we're discussing the winners and the losers of the month. Now, the loser of the month, in a sense, not officially, but still, when we think about where it was and where it is right now, then we definitely have to let you know about Sunshine Biopharma. Now, we were expecting more movement in Sunshine Biopharma, but we saw there was 2 weeks of movements, and since that time, the stock have completely tailed off. The volume is completely diminished compared to what it was. There's not much update from the company. There's not much information that's legit to say, hey, this is what's going on. So this is why I think this is one of the loser of the month. Now, if you did make money on this one, then definitely it is not, in a sense, a loser of the month or a loser of the week. But if you got in at the right time, you can always make money. Remember, in the $5, we let you know that, hey, it's great price. We saw it go to $12 per share, but then we saw it rides back down once news broke out of the shares that were selling. Then I believe 2 days back, we saw it was at $2.94. I created a video just like this and say, hey, this is a great time to go in. If you want to make a profit in the short term, we saw it goes to $4.50. You could have made close to 50+% in those trades. Now, it pulled back this morning. We see in the low $3.10, but that's not a big deal if you want to go long term. I still believe with what the medicine can do and what the result was, then it should be sufficient enough to bring the stock back up. Keep in mind, it is a small cap stock. Price is very, very volatile. You can see there's any movement. At any time, it could go from $3 to $10 per share, if not more. So if you're still holding it, then I'll highly recommend and that you take a look to see how it's performing. Again, it's Sunshine Biopharm, SBFM. That's the ticker symbol. I still believe in it. Now, if you guys are trading, what I normally do once I take profit, as I show you in the tool that I create, is I find a way to just leave the profits in, and then that way you can not be too worried about losing your own money, because then that's when you start making some bad trades. And in most cases, no one wants you to lose money in your trade, because when it starts to lose, it starts to discourages you, and then this is where you see you start making mistake. Now, next on my list for today, I'm going through a list basically of all the stocks that I think for this week or for this month that underperform, in my opinion. Again, this may not be an opinion that you may agree with, but basically it is something that I agree that these stocks have not really performed in a manner that we think is acceptable. If you guys have these stocks in your portfolio, you may want to think about buying more shares. One of the biggest one in this category is Rivian. Now, you guys know how much I think that Rivian have a huge potential to do great things in terms of with your trucks and also in terms of profits in your pocket. However, if you guys have been subscribed to this channel since day one, I told you when Rivian came out IPO'd and when Rivian was trading above $125 per share, when everyone was getting excited, right? I said, please, I'm not going in at $120 per share. If you guys remember, when it goes to 160, I create another video and says, hey, this is not a good price. Hopefully you guys were watching this channel. Hopefully you guys were taking those into consideration. Even though we do not tell you how to invest and what to invest in, we normally keep it straightforward. If I'm not investing in it, I'm not going to encourage anyone to invest at those prices. Now, you saw exactly what happens to Rivian, or the price pulled back. I know it kept pulling back. Now is a great time if you were thinking on the sideline of when to invest in Rivian. Now, as you can see, that the price basically right now is 50% cheaper, actually more than 50% cheaper than their IPO price, right? If we take a look right now, it's trading at $33.25. If we take a look here, so Rivian, its 1 year high was $179 per share, guys, and that's not even a long time ago, right? That's just recent, right? If we take a look at that, that's basically 6 months ago, right? So 6 months ago could make a huge difference in the stock market. That's why I said you got to take profit when there's profit to be taken, right? You can't really worry about the hype and what people are saying, because a lot of people cashed out at 150 and 145. Those are the people right now, if they go in, they can buy 3 times or even 5 times the amount of shares that they owned before, right? Keep in mind, if you own 100 shares at Rivian 6 months ago and you sold at peak, then you could buy 5 times the amount of shares you own. If you own 100, then you could own 500 now. These are the type of investment you want to make. This is why I said sell at the peak, wait. If you want to go back in, then it's easy to go back in that way. It helps to make sure that you can either take some profit, right? Because keep in mind, if you were losing, if you purchased, say, at 140 or, I don't know, say 120, and if you're down 20% at that point, you could have sold and wait and go back in at this stage. And technically, you could have wait until Rivian crosses $45 per share, sell half and still keep half in, and then you can hold until 125, right? But those are decisions that you will have to make. Now, one of the winner of this month by far, and it's continued to be a stock that it doesn't matter what people say, it will always perform, and that's Tesla, right? If we take a look at Tesla, it's trading over $1,000 per share. It's consistent. It's doing this on a regular basis, right? And these are companies that you want to invest in long term. I apologize, guys, but alarm was connected. Seems to be going through my phone. But yeah, these are opportunities that you want to make sure that you have down. You want to make sure in the long term will make you a lot of money. As I said, a company such as Tesla and a company such as Apple, you could never really go wrong. If we take a look at Apple right now, even though it's down in price compared to what it was like a week ago, we're still happy with what Apple is doing. That's why I will not sell Apple. Just sell a tot. If you have 100 shares, when it crosses 170, sell like 25 shares, and you can rebuy at 163. Not recommended, because the opposite could happen. But with Apple and Tesla, not much of a drastic movement for you to be so panic if you want to sell or if you want to exit in a position. Now, I still think in the next months there is a possibility that that Apple could, right? I'm saying could definitely breaks $200 per share, right, by June, right? So make sure do some research to keep up with what's going on in Apple. In terms of your brokerage, I'm not sure what brokerage you're using, but if you're using the same brokerage as me, then you can see information here in the updated news. Not much of a news to make a huge difference. You can see the same information online. There's a ton of company from Barron, from Finviz. There's Yahoo Finance. There's so many articles that you can reach and keep up to date out there to make sure that you're keeping up to date with what's going on. Now, the next company I want to talk about, and I love this company still, and I'm really excited, is Lucid. If you have been following, you guys understand that I have huge expectation for Lucid. Now, the price right now is actually trading at a very attractive price to get more shares. And I said to get more shares because we haven't seen much movement or much communications from Lucid in the past 6 months. So we're looking for big things to come. And I think that a few retail stores, it starts to pop up for Lucid. I know in Toronto there's a few. In BC there's some as well. So I'm excited to see what this company will do in the long run. Now, if you're invested in Lucid at a higher price, then I would recommend to get some shares at $19 right now. It's still a great opportunity if you're looking to build your portfolio or to own more shares in the company. At $19, guys, that's almost 60% from 3 months back. So if you take a look, 6 months ago, we're looking above $55 per share. We saw a dip in December briefly in the low 36, 37, but then we saw recovery over 45. And since that time, we have seen the market pulls back. Now, the good thing is it's not just with Lucid. We saw the exact same thing from the sector, right? So with the exception for Tesla, everyone seems to be having the same issue as with Lucid. So if you guys want to own more shares in the company, I would strongly recommend that you do some research. Make sure it is a company that you want to invest in long term and make a decision, because with Lucid, you just never know what's going on. You want to make sure that you're getting it at the right price at the right time, right? So make sure that you try to get some shares. I would highly recommend with Lucid. If you guys are not up to par in Lucid, make sure you get some shares. Another company that you want to look at, again, it's a loser of the week. I have to put Lucid in the loser of the week as well. So Lucid and with Rivian definitely disappoint, right? But we all understand the chipset shortage is making life miserable for a lot of companies, not just these guys. And I want to talk about one company that we think have a great potential to make you some money in the long run, and definitely that's one of our favorite, and that is with AMD, right? if you guys were not able to afford any shares previously in AMD, now is a great opportunity. Now this shortage in this war is creating, well, if you have money to invest, great opportunity for people to make a lot of money. Now if you take a look in a year high for AMD was doing relatively great at $164 per share. It's pretty much right now close to 45% less than what it was. So if you're in the market looking for a good investment in the long term, for any company in the chipset sector, I would consider thinking about AMD. Now, we understand that Intel is a great option as well, but if we take a look right here at Intel, Intel is in the price what it normally is in a bad market to me personally, because I've seen Intel in this price range for the last 6 months, right? But AMD to me is a great opportunity to try to get in on AMD, to hold some shares at these prices, because we saw Nvidia is just a different monster, because Nvidia is focusing on contracts in terms of the EV sector as well. So Nvidia is doing extremely well, still attractive as well. So if you're looking for a chipset, in my opinion, for a chipset company, I would think about Intel and AMD right now. Keep it local right now. Those are great opportunity for you to invest in, and to make sure that you have some investment in the chipset or semiconductor industry, if you want to put it correctly. And the understand with Tesla is doing your own workaround. That's why Tesla is such a great company, because they're making sure they are being more business minded in terms of being ahead of the game, and that's why they're succeeding than everyone else. Now guys, if you're in the market right now for Mullen Auto, again, a ton of opportunity throughout the day. If you're doing day trading for short-term trades, then definitely you could have been trading the stock back and forth. We have seen a lot of back and forth trading opportunity with Mullen. We see for the day it was down at $1.33. We saw that earlier in the morning, and then it went up to $1.48, and then it came back down a few minutes back. I would say just about like 20 minutes ago, it was back down at $1.36, and then we saw it came back up to $1.44. So in the short-term trades, you could have made money, and if you're planning to go long-term, you can definitely still make money. But as I said before, it's a stock that if you're doing a short-term trade, let's just go here. So we're looking here at Mullen Auto. You see MULN. Now, if you're a trader, right, and I'm not telling you guys how to trade, it's just for demonstration, is that if you were a trader and say, for example, if you only had, say, $2,000 to trade, and then Mullen Auto Stocks is a stock that you can actually use to execute multiple trades safely, right? If you want to put it that way. For example, yesterday we see it at 134, then we saw it goes back up to 146. We saw it this morning at 133 a few times. Now, this is not always going to work in your favor, but it's just an example of how the stock is so easy to trade, right? So if you're thinking you're a day trader, I don't know, in 5 trades, you could have made at least 700 US, and it's been the same pattern in the entire like last few days, right? So at least you could have made like 500 plus of this stock by trading back and forth. If you go in long term, of course, then it's fine, and you just need to invest and how much you can afford and wait until it goes to a price that you want to sell, and then definitely you could sell at that point. Now keep in mind, these are just my opinion. I'm not telling you guys that you got to follow the exact same step. You can definitely spend the time by doing your own research doing trades that make sense to you. If you're not sure how to invest, you can always speak to a financial advisor. But this is just to show you what works in a simple buy low and sell high. And hey, if this is something that you want to do, by all means, you can always try and see how it works out for you. Now, if you guys are looking for a stock that you think could be a game changer, I have a company I was actually I have a company I was following here. I want to make sure I could bring it to you guys. Let's see here. So this company, I have been following it, and I want to make sure I bring it to you guys today, because in a few months I'm going to go back to it, and I'm going to ask you guys if you guys remember. All right, so this company here, a ticker symbol PTE. I would strongly recommend, if you guys, I don't know, if you have anything, if you have, say, $1,000 that you, if you don't need it at the moment, and if you want to invest in a company that could make a huge difference, then I would highly recommend that you consider, right? Now, not all investment, as you know, are same, right? This is why I want to make sure I bring this one to you, because this company right now, it's called Polarity, right? So if you guys want to do some research, I think it's a company that you can definitely take the time to do the research, to get familiar with what they do. It's a clinical stage biotechnology company. It develops and commercializes a range of tissues for regenerative. So I guess if you have an issue with a burnt skin or something, or right, it's in that kind of biomaterial phase. So make sure you do some research. Now the company, not really burning a lot of cash, but they are burning cash, and that's one of the only concern I have with them so far. But I've picked up some shares myself, and I'm not telling you guys that you have to pick up some shares, but it's just an idea, right? It's really just an idea. If you guys think, if you have some spare cash, if you want to make an investment that you look back, say 6 months or say a year down the road, and then this company is not a bad idea. You can see it's trading for 21 cents. It fluctuates for the better part of it. You can see in the last 2 weeks, it has been around the same thing. We have a huge spike here back on the, what date was this? This was back on the 12th, right? So there's a possibility with any kind of news that we will get a huge spike. If you're looking for momentum trading, then it's not bad, right? If you get in, wait. But if everything goes well, I want you to do research. I don't want to tell you too much about it. I want to make sure you do some research, and then once you fully understand what the company does, right, then you can add it to your watch list first, right, until you're more sure about it. But I've gone ahead and I've picked up some shares, and I'm going to hold these shares for a very long time. It's only 21 cents. It's not really a stock I'm relying on. It's something just to pick up from now, and then if it turns into something great, then we'll all celebrate. If it doesn't turn into something great, it's not a big deal for me. That's the main reason why I said make sure it's something that you're not relying on. Make sure it's money that you can afford to just wait. And if you can wait, then it will make a huge difference in what's going on. So I'm just going to switch here. So these are the stocks that we're following today. Make a full list here. So we see that Veru slowly coming back up, $10.62. We saw Mullen again around the 143. Didi, and we can see now at $1.72. It was up for the morning. I did one quick trade in Didi, but as usual, I'm just building more shares. I understand the delisting is a huge concern, and that's what really holding the stock back right now. But if you guys are in the market, if you guys are or into waiting, and then definitely please consider Genius Group, and of course please consider this stock as well, because I think those are two sleepers that you could be making a lot of profit down the road. Now, if you guys, I'm gonna throw a curveball here because I believe in this company before and it was very profitable. It's down in the last year, but still you want to make sure. Now, if you're familiar with Shopify, it's trading at an insane price and than what we expect. Now, again, I like making trades when the market is bad. I picked up some shares. I'll see how it goes this time around. Listen, this company have done great things for us in the past, and this is why I said, if you have a company that you invest in, and if you start to see it's going down, sell, right? This is why I tell people back in 2021, take a profit and wait for a major pullback, right? I took a few profit along the way and rebuy and take profit and rebuy, and it's paying off right now because now we're seeing it at $400 and $60, right? So I'm gonna hold Shopify, I think, for the next month and next 30 days, and I'll see if I could make 40% if possible. If not, I'll see how the market change. If the market starts to change, and then obviously we have to adapt, right? So it's not the end of the day. I'm not going to hold on until like for a lifeline. If the market starts to change, we could change as well. But it's just make sure that you guys are keeping up to date in what's going on. There's a ton of news in terms of what the company is doing. If you have a chance of reading through, there's a lot of stuff here. You can see the fourth quarter for 22 is going to be May 5th. So we'll see. And we'll see how this stock is going to perform. And that's the reason why I want to get in today, because May 5th is in 2 weeks, right? So, and the May 5th is in 2 weeks. So we'll see exactly how they're performing in that time frame. So guys, if you're subscribed as usual, this is nothing new to you guys. If you're not yet subscribed, greatly appreciate it if you guys show your support and letting us know what's going on. If you have any stocks as well that you guys are following that's doing great things to you, you can always shoot it my way and then we'll see how it goes. But again, Tesla is the winner of the month, as well as Veru. The loser of the month, highly disappointed in Sunshine Bio, and of course we saw Rivian. Those are the two that I picked to be the losers of the week and the month as well. But if you guys have any stock that you want me to take a look into, let me know. I don't want to spend too much time on the live right now. We're gonna do a few more trades before the end of market. It's 2:45, and you guys know the auction is between 2:45 and 3:30, and until 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning. So make sure that you guys are doing trades between 9 and 10:30, and between 2:45 and 3:30 p.m. And of course, in the pre-market and in the aftermarket, there can be a lot of profitable trades. Just want to share that with you guys if you guys were not aware. But until next time, guys, want to make sure we are watching the videos. If it makes any difference to you, definitely let me know. If there's anything that could be changed as well, change is good. Shoot it my way. I'll take a look into it. But until next time, like, share, and subscribe. And let's end the stream by saying have a fantastic weekend. See you guys next week, and peace out.